Hello, Shaky here, and welcome back to Mine Mogul. We're going to work on copper and coal today. Get those done. Copper should be relatively easy. We're going to kind of mimic this setup a little bit. We have a little bit more room over here maybe, so hopefully it'll be a little bit nicer. But let's check the quest real quick. We're going to go ahead and activate the coal mission. We're delivering a whole bunch of coal to the hub right now anyway, so we might as well just get it counting. Let's work on copper since we're here. Let's just we're going to take some of these out here. We're going to take that, and I think we're going to bring the coal down here, the copper, and just bring that up to that level up there. Alright, let's see if we can squeeze it in here. We have some some crushers we got to put in. We are going to put those up top here. Like so. Put the blast furnaces right underneath them. Put that down there. That down there. As the blast furnaces, then we need to get the rod one down here, so we need to put the ingot straightener on here to make sure they come in straight. And then the rod extruder, the longest one of all of them, goes down this way. We're probably just going to turn that, and we'll see if we can fit like a polishing machine in here. We'll put those in last once we see what room we have left. And then we need some paper mills here. That one and that one. But we're probably going to have to space these out because we need to put probably do something like this actually. That should work out. We can just put a turn in here to put it into there. It'll come out this way, and then we can put it onto a polisher over here. And then this one will be just plates. We just got to connect it all up, and we have to somehow divide out the ore over here, which is somewhat complicated. Alright, so that's kind of a crazy conveyor belt snake that goes up there and divides it into 4, so that's good there. And we just come over here and we just got to put in the belts. So we'll put a curved belt in here. Some straight conveyors here. One there, and then we'll put a Q to drop that wall. Okay, I should probably take that one out here and put in a polisher, I think. I'll polish those two. We just got to put in a belt here. With a ledge to drop it onto the belt. It's those two, and then this one can be a polisher over here as soon as it comes out of the pipe maker. Followed by a turn. Some belts going this way. We'll put the other polisher over here for the ingots. And I guess the belt will come down this way. Another ledger in here. It looks pretty good. Now we just got to take it over to the... Okay, in summary, we got the rod extruder here with this ingot straightener on the front of it. That just turns and goes into a polisher over there. This is the plate maker, goes into the same polisher. Then we have another plate maker here that goes into a pipe maker. Kind of turns back around, goes through a polisher and onto the main route. And finally our ingot maker over here. So I think we can probably turn this on, see if it works. I think this belt goes back to the base. I haven't played with it in a while, so hopefully that's what it does, but if not, we'll take care of it. Let's go turn these mines on and see what happens. We need to put some copper in the sorter basket yet, so make sure we do that. Alright, that should be good there. We gotta just go turn these other ones on. Okay, I believe we have some more copper mines over here we can turn on. They're somewhere in this mess over here. Yeah, so these are the copper ones down here. We can turn these on. Those are all turned on now, and now we do have some other copper mines way across the map. We could probably see if we can get them over here. But they are really far away. But let's try it, why not? I'm talking about these ones all the way down this corridor over here. We can probably turn it and come down this way and get rid of this stuff here and turn it this way. I think I said there's We have a belt somewhere. We could hook into this belt right here, maybe. Okay, before we hook up more copper miners, we need to do some prep work so we can start the new copper coming in. And I'm also starting to approach the end of the game here. Like I'm not able to have this many ore objects on the screen at once. It's causing some serious frame rate drops when I hit about the 3,000 mark. So, but they clearly warned you about that way earlier. I knew doing that this was going to be a risk, but oh well, we'll just see how far we can go. So right now the ore is coming in from this area over here. So the iron ore is coming down from here, from that main factory floor over there. So we can probably, like, we're gonna have to move all this, I think. Like we're gonna take this line and move it over one lane this way so that we can put a sorter in right here. Like that. We'll take a ramp up. Alright, that ramp's been moved over one. Now we can probably just take this out. I don't know if this is gonna work. We have to take this one out and this one out. And we're gonna put in a new one of these here with the wall missing on the left side there. And then we would put a sorter in here. Don't know if this is going to work. So we would need to put copper in here. That piece in here. Got it. So let's put the crushed copper in here. Nice. And that should send them over here. Now we got to go back to the main area here if I can get out of here. And we probably have to, it's already dropping frame rates, you can see it's getting real stuttery, which means we only have 1,600 ore objects. So let's run over to here now. And we can turn these mines on all the way over here. So I'm turning more mines on, which is going to cause more frame rate problems because we're going to have 6 more mines coming online here pretty shortly. But we'll see if we can handle it. We might have to start optimizing some stuff to get rid of some of this. We can turn these on in here. Making copper. What is this one making? Iron. This is actually making ingots, isn't it? We gotta redo this. We haven't been in here in a while. We don't need all this. Yeah, I think we're just gonna delete all this. We don't need any of this. This is all making ingots, and we don't want ingots over here. So we got a whole bunch of unnecessary stuff here. Take that out. Let's just reverse all this. There you go. That is all the iron mines and copper mines in here are hooked up. These are going to come down here, and originally I was going to send them down this way, but this is a super long path, and they would be on this route forever. And the longer the ore is on the path, the less objects you can, less stuff you can create because it has more active objects in the world, and we don't want that. So we want to make sure we get rid of them as fast as possible. Just going to delete all this. I was going to wrap it around and just hook it into this line over here, but that's a super long line, so we're going to go straight through the main room here. So I'm just going to go straight through here. So come up here. And I'm just going to go through our system over here, and we're going to come over to the sorter up here, and we're going to have to send copper down this way as well. We're going to have to wait for some copper to come through here. Nice, got it. So let's go send copper down. Oops, I forgot to release it. There we go. So let's go send copper up this line, and it'll be sorted back out by the stuff we put over there just a minute ago. And then we can actually, so I don't know if we can we get up this way? Yes, we can. Yeah, we got it. It's getting pretty compact. We're gonna come in here and put some miners in here. I don't know if I have miners on me. Yeah, I do not. So let me grab some miners real quick. Let's head in here. This is the other secret area up top on the ledge there. We got some miners back here. I believe, I don't know what kind they are. This we got a copper mine right here. That's perfect. We got another copper mine. And is that it? That's just 2 in here? Okay, so that's just 2 in here, and then we'll just hook those up. There's a little chute over here. We can drop it off back here. So just drop it down there. We'll see if we can catch it, because that is the main line that goes to the pit. That should be good there. We're actually gonna turn these on. It's gonna dump it down this hole onto the belt, which will be fine. We'll deal with that in a second. Let's turn this one on. And we'll turn this one on. Nice, then we can come out back out the opening here, and then we could probably sink one more mine in here. This would be the 6th mine that I've added. Come over here. I believe there's one right here. Yes, iron. Yeah, it looks like it's fine, so just leave it on. Then we gotta go out here and see if we can catch that stuff that we're dropping. So that's coming out somewhere in this area over here. Yes, it's dropping it. Bouncing everywhere. Will I catch it? Looks like that's catching most of it. Just gotta see if we can sneak this over to here. Alright, so that secret area is sorted out now. It comes just down here and just drops on this belt, which drops down into the thing there. We're probably gonna want to put a chute in there because it looks like some of them might be falling off. They're doing okay right now, but and we're also getting, like, there's some serious frame rate drops going on. We have almost 3,000 objects on the screen, so I'm going to clear that again. It's becoming a constant problem, so we're probably got to start optimizing stuff here. Alright, let's get crushed coal handled. That's just going to be a sorter up here, I think, and we'll just crush it and run it into the pit, because that's all we need. We don't need crushed coal for the last mission, just for this one. And we already have 23,000 regular coal ore deposited, so let's delete that. Let's grab a sorter. That should be fine. Let's go up to a ramp here. Put a turn in. And we just need a crusher. I don't know if I have one on me. I do. Nice. There's enough room for this, I think. Nice, so I just gotta grab a piece of coal and stick it in there. That should take the crushed coal mission out pretty quickly. Right up here too on our main bus here, I think we have some coal coming in. The top one here should all be coal, but the bottom one's mixed coal and iron or gold. So we gotta go back to that line and see what that's messed up at. This should only be gold, and this should all be copper or coal. Alright, so we're back by the gold area here, and the gold is being put on the bottom here, and the rest of the stuff, gold and or coal and gems, is being put on the top. See if we can follow this and see where it goes. There's something coming on here, so we're putting coal on here. This is the top line. That should be fine. How is coal getting on the bottom line? So that comes up here. It's all gold coming on the bottom here. So looks like it's all gold. Coal on the top, that's nice. So we're dumping coal on the bottom here. Right here. Yeah, so we just want to raise this up one. Easier said than done. Alright, so it looks like we sorted it out. We have coal on the top here, gold on the bottom. That looks pretty good. Let's go back in the main room here and see if we can do something with that. So coal we want to drop down to here probably. Get rid of these lines. We definitely want the coal to come down here. So That is this main line right here, this one right here, so we could probably just turn it and come down here, right? Probably just drop it down onto it with a chute. Alright, so let's start on the bottom here. Let's put a chute down here. I think right here would be good. And we need the regular chutes. These here. They're on top there. Let's change it to the see-through version. Come up here. Come over here. Yeah, what's the last video? Just open like that. And we could probably put the top chute in. Nice, so that's all our coal going down now. Which is going to seriously overwhelm this belt, I believe. Next up, we can take a look at the shaker table. That is what's going to make the rubies for us. We'll just put it down here, I think. Looks like this way. Nice, we just got to put down here. We got to grab a belt. That will go into here. Nice, and now we just got to, I guess we could split this belt. Right now we need the crushed coal. We won't need the crushed coal after this mission. So we can either wait till that completes, or we could, let's go ahead and activate that mission. It's way back here. Just need 5 of them. We are going to put the shaker, the sorter, right here. Get rid of the stuff from it. It's gonna make a huge mess right now. Stick that down here at the end. 2 ramps into that. We can just grab these. These on here for now, just get them out of the way. And we need to make this go over to here. Let's put like a splitter in here. Put one right there. Nice, that should be good there. That should make some rubies for us. Alright, so let's just take a quick loop around, make sure there's no issues in the factories, which would be stuff piling up somewhere. That would be a sign of an issue. This place to check back here is I notice there's some ore on the ground back here, so let's hop up here and see what the story is up here. Yeah, it looks like this sorter can't handle the volume coming into it, so let's try to fix that. I think we're going to try to put the vertical bulk sorter in. There's this big thing here. You can pipe it right there, right? Okay, let's put the top chutes in. Those in like that. I think we'll do the angled chutes here. I think we're gonna stick one off the back. See if we can make this work. That would go off the back here. And we come around here, see if we have just enough room to get it. Turn it this way. At the right spot? Yeah, it looks like it. And we would ramp it up. So hard to build in these tight spots. Definitely getting very choppy here. We must be hitting the... Yeah, we have 2600 ore objects, so that is hurting our frame rate. So I think what I'm going to do is clear the objects again. That'll speed it up here, then we can just go ahead and delete all this stuff or see if we can get it done in time. This is going to be... This is copper coming in, this is iron coming in. Okay, so if we put a merging one here, this could be the iron belt. Then we could make this other one be copper. Let's see if we could like sneak it out the front maybe and go over top of it. And we need to grab a belt. All for that. Up to there. We're gonna have to snake it back around. Don't think so. Nice, that looks like it works. Curved belt up here to get into the sorter. So that is all coming down the middle now. So we got to get some copper and iron in those baskets somehow. So we got to get up there. Alright, let's see if we can get up there without losing it. There we go, I think we got it. Nice, that is iron going out the back now. Now we just need to get copper. Nice, got it. So there's copper in there now. That should be iron going up this way, copper coming out this way. So now we need to somehow get this other belt, this middle belt, back to the base. So we gotta clear that out and then we'll somehow get this back. We can just dump it on this middle here. Yeah, we can come over here and dump it on here. That'll work. Nice, we can just come out here. Nice, I'll just dump it back onto the copper and coal belt, and we should be good to go. Okay, so we finished the gem quest, and it gave us another mission, the gem 2 quest, which is polished diamonds, emeralds, and rubies. Let's go ahead and activate that one. And that one we could probably just put like a polisher in here, I think. Let's go buy a polisher or two. Purchase those. Those we could probably just stick in here. That should take care of the emeralds and the diamonds. And then the rubies, we're going to have to come over here and filter them off. So we'll put that here. That in there. We can just grab these. Like so. And we just gotta wait for a ruby to come through. I just missed one. Oh, there we go. There's a ruby in there. Probably grab a diamond too if we find one coming through here. Probably come around the other side much more often. That'll polish the rubies. Okay, so that's the diamonds and emeralds done already. We just gotta wait for rubies, and I guess there's no sense crushing the coal anymore because we don't need it anymore. And the final mission just requires coal, not crushed coal. So let's just go ahead and delete this. I think we'll just send it all in one direction right now. Something like that. See if that can handle it. Looks like it turns it into crushed coal. Yeah, it's handling it just fine. Problem is this uses up all our coal, so for the final mission we'll have to go back to splitting it. Alright, we've got nearly 3,000 objects again, so it's getting pretty choppy, but I'm going to see if I can alter this area before I clear it. Come over here and see if we can change our ingots over to pipes. So we can probably, let's see, let's just delete this for now. I'm going to turn this way. Like so. We'll put in a roller, a plate roller. Like so. Put in a pipe extruder. Right there, looks good. We can just rotate this around. Put it right there. be good there, and we just need to drop this off. Nice, so that should be extra pipes being made. Can delete this one, and we just gotta bring this back around. I should double up our pipes. I'm gonna have to clear these objects because it's getting too choppy. Every time I alter something, it leaves stuff on the ground, which just adds up. Let's check our active physics count here. We have 2,700, and that's why it's a little choppy here. So I think what we're going to do is, I think going forward for the next mission, I think what I'm going to do is actually just do them all. Since we have all these divided out, there's no sense trying to make one of each, right? Like, let's make them all make copper ingots, then we'll switch it over to making copper plates. I don't know if that would be any better. Like right now I have 2 of them making copper pipes and 2 of them making plates. So what we're going to do is we're going to clear it out. Hopefully give me some time to work. And we need copper pipes right now, so we're going to go through and just turn everything into copper pipes. So this would be this, and we need copper pipes down here, so let's delete this. Got a copper pipe machine. See where we can fit this in at, right here probably. That would be good there. I was making copper pipes. This one is just making plates. Let's see if we can make this one make pipes. Now we'll just start with a clean slate each time. We'll just make 4 machines making copper pipes, 4 of them making copper rods, and we'll just switch it out as they complete these. And we're just going to restart the physics to clean up the area. We're at 2,000 right now. Well, that should speed the copper pipe mission along. Alright, while we're waiting for the copper mission to complete, let's try this out. This turbo drill bit only lasts for 2 minutes. Let's purchase 2 of those and a couple rapid miners. Purchase those there, and we'll run over to the copper mine and put one of those in. And see if we can totally break this system, because right now, like, I have 1,600 active ore objects, and this is going to put a ton of ore on the belt, so we'll try to pick the shortest belt. And so this is our ore belt coming up now. It's not super full. Let's go find a copper mine. Some down here. What is this one? This is all copper. This would be perfect. So it's going to remove the gems, but that's 1.2%, so should be fine. Auto miner, rapid miner here. Right on here. There we go. Okay, it's spitting out. Wow, it is spitting out super fast. Let's see if that helps our copper situation along. 2 minutes though. Cranks it out super fast, but only lasts 2 minutes. Alright, yeah, so our copper belt's somewhat full coming in. So this should help speed along the pipe process. I think these things are handling just fine. Nothing's overflowing down here. So we're not even operating all the time. So I think we're good there. We just have to replace that thing every 2 minutes. But I mean, I guess that's one way to speed up the copper mission, right? Instead of sitting here waiting for 20 minutes for it to complete. Alright, it's about 10 minutes later, but we're just about done with that mission. 5 left, and I will clear the physics objects because we are probably a lot of them right now. We'll see in a minute. 2 more. Come on. There we go. Got it done. So we're on to the final mission here. The Mine Mogul quest. 5,000 of each item, as well as 20,000 coal ore, and then 1,000 diamonds and emeralds, and 500 rubies. So we're going to work on that next episode, and I'll come with a plan in the meantime. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.